Bob and Slim Show.
What is up?
What's
How's it
up?
going, boys?
Good. How you doing? Toby and Goobz from Secret Levels Podcast.
Yes, sir.
You guys, you do a podcast on retro games, correct?
That is right.
That's
We are
precisely
nerds.
it, sir.
Cool. And do you review them? Do you actually like play a level during the game, during the show as you do it?
Take it, Toby.
Well, okay, so me and Goobz love retro video games. We like to live in our childhood. So what we do is we pick one game per week, we play the hell out of it all week, and then we come back and sit down and we talk about every aspect of the game. Like we talk about the history, like the publishing history and stuff of the game,
I saw
the
that.
story,
I love that.
That's cool.
the gameplay, and then we talk about some fun facts, and then we give it we call it the rage meter.
Yeah, how
where
much it
we
fucking makes you want to rip your hair out and stab your eyes with a spork.
and then at the end we give it a rating 1 to 10 because we're simple folk, and it's just basically to let you know, hey, is this game still worth playing?
I love it.
And sometimes we play some pretty awful games.
Some of them were stinkers. I was just thinking, like, when I listened to some of your newest one with the Home Alone game, but I was just thinking back to my childhood and the Back to the Future 2 and 3 NES games. It was on the same
God.
cartridge. Oh,
Oh, really? It was
miserable.
the same cartridge?
Same cartridge. Because they had Back to the Future, the game, which was pretty decent. And then they came out with 2 and 3 on the same NES cartridge, and they stunk.
Oh, the train level can suck a big one, dude.
The train level.
I don't think I ever got that far, man. I got like a little through this part 2, and I was like, oh, this game stinks on ice. I can't play
Oh
it.
yeah, well, we're gonna have to definitely touch on that one in the future.
Oh, you haven't yet?
It's on the list.
Cool. How long have you guys been doing your show?
Oh man.
Not really that long, like 5 or 6 months. Me and Toby both have other shows that we do, and we
I
kind of
thought
just
so.
came together with our love of video games.
Cool. And how'd you guys find each other? Because one of you guys is in Texas and the other's in Canada, right?
Yeah, Toronto. We just found each other for our love of pro wrestling.
Again, we are nerds. We are big time nerds.
Every guy is. Every guy has that nerdy thing to him, like whether it's video games, Transformers, something, G.I. Joe, whatever it was.
Click,
And
click.
Yes. I'm glad you guys said too from your childhoods, because I was going to ask how old you guys were, because I'm 43, Slim's 30.
30.
30? Yeah, so Slim's more like Super Nintendo?
Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis is what I grew
Yeah.
up with, and then I always say my generation, we were the first to get 3D gaming, so like PlayStation,
What about my
Sega
generation, you bag of
Genesis.
shit?
Well,
I saw it from the beginning. I saw the Atari.
That is true,
2600,
yeah.
and-
But we grew up with, as kids, we had a Super Nintendo, and then we got like PlayStation and N64 when we were like 10 or 12 or whatever. So I don't know.
What was your guys' favorite system?
Oh, my favorite system was the Sega Master System. It was the first one I got when I was 4 back in 1987.
I never had that. I've told the story a few times on the show. I had the Atari 2600, and when the NES came out, the Atari, died pretty quick, and I wanted the NES so bad. My friends had it for years, and my parents were like, you can't get an NES till the Atari breaks. So I slammed the
I'll be
Atari.
bringing out a fucking hammer.
That Atari wasn't breaking, so I slammed it on the floor, and I was like, look, the Atari broke. And they were like, yeah, we can't afford an NES. So I went to my grandmother. I'm like, Nanny, I want a NES for Christmas. And she's like, I'll get it. And my mom's like, no, you don't get that for him. That's too expensive. And she got it. My grandmother got
That's
it for
awesome.
me. Nanny
Wow,
rocks.
your parents fucking played
Yeah, yeah.
you. That's traumatizing.
So it was the Sega Master System. Who was that, Toby? Or Goose?
Yeah,
that was
Goobz.
Goobz.
That's Goose?
You go, Toby.
So I'm a huge fan of PlayStation products and Super Nintendo because I'm about to turn 30 in just a
Okay.
few days. So
You get
That's-
it. He gets it.
yes, Super Nintendo was my baby growing up in the Sega, but Super Nintendo and PlayStation products, those are my things.
We've talked about it too recently. I never got down with the PS1 because that was when in my opinion, the best Nintendo ever was the 64, which was just an amazing
Preach,
advance.
brother, preach.
And I just was not down with the PlayStation 1. I love PlayStation 2
Yeah.
but the PlayStation 1 my buddies had it. I didn't dig the graphics. I didn't dig a lot of the games, but I was all about the 64. The fucking Perfect Dark or like the what was the Bond game?
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye,
Yes. Yes.
No odd job though. No odd job, you cheap bastard.
My buddy Dan was always Odd Job. He even had like a song,
I
an
don't
Odd
like your
Job
buddy
song.
Dan already.
Dan was a real chick. I love him. But also like Ocarina. Oh my God, that took Zelda to the next level, man.
I also loved Majora's
yeah.
Mask.
Yes, Majora's Mask was great.
That was like Majora's Mask was like at the end of the N64, right? Like I think they already had GameCube out, and they were like, "Oh, here's an N64 game."
I think so.
Yeah, we're just gonna drop Zelda on your asses right now.
We're dropping you an extra Zelda, brother. Yeah.
It's pretty disappointing that they didn't come out with that Nintendo 64 Classic like everyone was expecting, because that would have been the shit.
What was that?
The
How
N64.
it's released,
I'm actually holding my Super Nintendo Classic right now in
That's
my
what I
hand.
thought.
So
Oh, an N64.
They were gonna release one for the N64.
I figured
and
that was
then-
coming next.
No, so Nintendo was like, no. They basically said no. They
I've
were
been
like,
waiting.
yeah,
I'm like, I'm
we're
gonna get
not.
that when they do it. Why?
They're like, we did what we wanted to do, and that's it, pretty much.
Yeah. And they need to do. I figured an N64 was next. Like, wow.
Yeah, we all did, and we
Yeah.
were very disappointed this year when
Yes.
Santa didn't come.
I'm still waiting outside of Best Buy to get mine.
Sometimes you got to work a lot to make Santa come. That's all I know. You got to back it up and wiggle it a little. What?
Hey,
Guy-
we're pretty efficient. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Guys, so
back it up.
Back it up, or I'm gonna smack it
And
up.
plus, we're used to blowing cartridges all the time, right? So we gotta use those mouth techniques for something.
What are you saying, Slim?
I'm curious, guys. What is the like? Where does retro gaming end? Like,
True. I would think it would go to like right now. I guess to the PS2.
PS2? Yeah,
I would think.
maybe. I think PlayStation.
Yeah, definitely.
I think PlayStation 1 and then PlayStation 2 and up is all like not considered retro. That's my opinion. What about you guys?
Well, I think that like PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, the Wii, the Wii U, that's all dead systems. They're not making any more games for those. So that's technically it's a retro system at that point when they're not supporting it anymore.
I kind of thought that too.
But really, I'd say PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube, anything from there and back is really considered retro in my opinion. What do you think, Goobz?
I'll have to agree. Like anything Xbox original and PS1 down is good to go. We'll even drop some GameCube games every now and then.
Yeah.
Right.
The GameCube is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never got much for the GameCube. That one I got into PS2, but there was a Rogue Squadron game for GameCube that was amazing. There was I'm trying to think what else for
Smash Brothers, man.
I never got into Smash Brothers until I had my
really?
kids later. But oh my God, what was the Zelda game with Toon Link? The Island,
Wind
Waker.
Waker.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, fantastic.
Yeah, I mean,
They don't agree.
I didn't have a GameCube growing
Oh.
up. Like that was the one console I just completely skipped over as a kid because I had the PS2 and the Xbox, and those could play DVDs. So
yeah,
yeah.
that was the
it was
best thing
easier to
about
convince
PlayStation.
parents, like, hey, this also doubles as a DVD player.
Mm-hmm.
Get me this console. So that's how I snuck in getting PlayStation 2
So
or
you needed
Xbox
two
or
of them?
whatever. Hey, don't worry about what I need and don't need.
It's like, you guys for Christmas could get me a PS2
Yeah.
and a DVD player, or just a PS2 because it plays DVDs.
That's why the PS3. The PS3 was the Blu-ray. Like, yeah, I'm going fucking PS3 over here. Definitely going PS3.
That was one of my main buying points when I bought my PS3 was like, well, it plays Blu-rays, so it's, I need it.
Sony got that.
Same when
Sony
you got the
that.
360, it plays HD DVDs.
Wait, what?
Yeah, what's that? Never
Yeah,
heard
no.
of them.
Yeah, they came out, but porn back the Blu-ray, so Blu-ray rocked.
Yeah.
That was in Tropic Thunder. That's it.
Yep.
Any format porn backs is the one that survives. Beta and VHS, or what was that? The high def DVDs, or
Yeah.
Or
Don't you wish they would have backed the Laserdisc, though?
Oh,
Just
my
think
God.
of porn on a big old Laserdisc.
The covers of those, the big covers would be fucking amazing.
album size. I got my Debbie Does Dallas. You want that, you guys? What are you guys fans of any of the newer systems?
Oh hell yeah, we have all three of them.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're nerds. We've
Cool.
got the Switch. In fact, I was just telling Goobz a minute ago all the new games I got because I got a pretty decent Christmas bonus, so I nerded out and bought about 6 different games.
Wow.
Which ones? Can you drop them real quick?
I got Mega Man 11, the Katamari Reroll, Undertale. Man, I so many games. I can't even remember what
All
I
on the
bought. It's
Switch, I'm
ridiculous.
assuming.
No, I got Mega Man on PS4.
Really?
So
Cool.
yeah, I'm a PS4 guy. I love PS4, but I'm trying to make myself buy stuff for the Switch just because it's portable, and I need to get in the habit of being like, hey, I have this thing that I can take with me.
Super cool. Super cool.
Yeah.
I got that for my sons. I'm still on PS3 myself, but they hadn't had a system since the Wii, and I didn't think the Wii U was worth it. So, but once the Switch came out, I'm like, they're overdue. They'll get theirs before I get mine. So, and I got them for Christmas. I got them Smash Brothers.
Super Smash Brothers.
Oh,
Yeah.
great game.
Oh,
Great game.
amazing.
It's
Amazing.
wonderful.
I've heard
Hours
it's
and
great.
hours and hours worth of content on that one.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, like, how mad would they be if that gift was open when they got it?
Santa has to try it out to make sure it works.
Quality control.
I'm told my dad did with my Sega Master System I got back in the day.
Did he
He'd
do
break
that?
it out and play it and then put it back away.
Back then, you get away with it. I don't know. I think you get away with it more back in the day. Nowadays, there's bags and tapes. Back then, they had just boxes, and that was it.
Yeah, you can just slide it open, break it out of that crispy styrofoam, and then off you go.
Yep.
Why's the lid off my NES, Dad? Why's the door not working?
Why's the door smashed and the controller's broken?
I don't know.
I'm
Just
Mario, man. I could've saved the fucking princess.
Oh my god. What oh my god, what was it? Shit. I was looking through my notes. I'm like, are you guys dads?
Yes.
Wasn't it the coolest getting your kids into video games?
Oh, what? Fortnite?
I just don't like. I don't know. My kids appreciate the old ones. Like my son, like for his last birthday, he got the NES Classic, the little one.
Yeah.
I don't know. What was that movie with Sandler? What was that movie with Pac-Man and shit?
Pixels.
Oh,
Pixels. Yes. Ever since they saw that, my oldest son was like, "I want to play Frogger. I want to play Pac-Man." Like they do. They appreciate the older ones.
Hell yeah.
I'll get my son Zim to sit down and play when I'm reviewing a game or whatever. I'll get him like, hey, come try this out with me. I need a second player. And he'll sit down like, yeah, this is pretty fun. Then he'll lose it like halfway through the game. He's like, okay, I'm done. It's like, oh no, you're breaking my heart, kid.
Yeah, there's no one to yell, you're a hacker, because that's what my 9-year-old does on
Oh,
Fortnite all
mine
the
say
time.
you're a spammer. I guess that's using the
No.
same move over, like a button masher. They call it spamming.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're spam. I'm like, what are you sending emails? Are you the Prince of Somalia? Like what's going on here?
Kill someone? What's going on?
Are you the long lost heir to the rupees? I don't know. But that NES Classic, and I asked him recently a couple times. I said, "Ewan, what's your favorite game on there?" He loves Pac-Man.
Oh.
But they did Pac-Man right. They didn't do the old garbagey Atari Pac-Man. Like they kind of did. I didn't play it, but it kind of seems more like the arcade Pac-Man
Oh, okay.
on the NES Classic.
I didn't even know Pac-Man was on there.
Yeah, no, he's loving Pac-Man on it.
I had my 9-year-old try out Punch Out a couple of weeks. Well, we actually reviewed it, and I was sitting there playing it, and he walked in and was like,
what do I
"What's
do?"
this?" And I was like, "Here, try it." And he was loving it because he whooped the first guy's ass the first time he played it, and he was like, "Yes, I'm the best." And then the second guy
Last Joe was
smoked
pretty
him.
easy.
Yeah, Glass Joe.
Yes. The second guy smoked him, and he was like, "I don't even like this game."
I'm done with this game.
Yeah.
That's great. Do you guys have anything special planned for like Christmas for doing a show?
We just did a review of will be coming out this
Block
week,
for
I
now.
believe.
On Friday.
Played a game that was only released in Europe called Days Before Christmas. And you play fucking Santa Claus.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it came out on the Sega and the Super Nintendo, and like he said, it only came out in Europe and I think Australia too. So
Cool.
it never reached the United States like it was supposed to. So it's you kind of have to go through illegal means to obtain a copy of it to
It
play
fell
it.
off the truck. It
But
fell off the
it's,
truck.
Sell a kidney, you know, those kind of things.
Go to the black market. We had to go to the
black
deep
net?
web and
Yes, the
fig-
dark internet.
find it. Yeah.
Cool. What I was gonna ask too, with you guys going like you telling the history of games. What's one of the most fascinating things? Because I only saw recently that Atari was supposed to market the original NESs. Like I thought that was a
Really?
fantastic story. Like it kind of was like a ploy by NES, like just to stall to get to the American markets because they contracted Atari to produce the NESs in America, and then last minute like actually caused like a feud between them and Coleco, and Nintendo was like, we're done with this, we're not dealing with any of you Americans, and they put it out on their own. I didn't know if like what in your opinion is one of the most coolest stories you found.
Well, see, I don't know that story particularly, but like Nintendo actually pulled Sony into the video game market because they were going to do like a joint console where they were going to have like a disc add-on to the Super Nintendo, and Nintendo screwed PlayStation and pulled out at the last minute and started working with JVC, I think. They worked with another company, which ended up flopping hard. And then Sony released the Sony PlayStation and became one of their biggest competitors.
Just to spite Nintendo, they were like, you screwed us, we're screwing you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
And now, years later, Sony and Nintendo still rivals, for the most part.
Seems like Nintendo just keeps on fucking people over.
Well,
Yes.
no, but I've heard it's Sony now. I've heard like Nintendo and Microsoft are like cool and buddies and cross-platform and everything, and Sony's like, no, we're on our own here.
That's
We're the
why-
big boys over here.
That's
Leave us
why
alone. We
they're
got Spider-Man.
Yeah, yes, I want that so bad. I wanted
Oh,
that
it's so
bundle.
good,
Oh
too.
my
It's
god,
so
I've
damn
heard.
good.
I've heard it's so fantastic.
It's pretty much like a remake of the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever played that. What was the one on PlayStation 3 that I really liked? There was a Spider-Man game.
Shattered Dimensions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that was a good one.
Shattered Dimensions and Web of Shadows. Those are two solid Spider-Man games on PS3.
Nice.
Dude,
Lots of good Spider-Man.
are you guys as pumped as I am that fucking Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 got announced exclusively for the Switch?
Yes, we'll be picking that up for sure.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully there's like online play on that, so you can just like group up with some buddies and go smash some Sentinel ass.
Yeah, that's
What
gonna
do
be
you think about
amazing.
Yeah, I'm also a big comic book nerd. I've got a huge comic book collection.
Yes, we
so-
know you're a fucking nerd, Toby.
So I
I thought you were talking to Slim.
I really get excited when Marvel or DC put something new out for game wise.
Nice.
And that one was just like right out of left field too. Like I never
Yeah.
saw. I just assumed they were done.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
watching the video game awards, like waiting for a big Borderlands 3 announcement because I'm a big Borderlands guy. I'm like, okay, here we go. And like, Marvel, I'll take that.
Nice. What I was gonna ask too. Did you guys ever did you play any of the Atari games for like 2600?
I actually have an Atari inside of a wooden cabinet.
Oh well.
That like the original collector thing with a whole bunch of games in it. Yes, I'm a big fan of that, and I hate E.T.
I was just gonna Oh my god, you guys are geniuses because that's what I was gonna ask. Because I remember being at school. It was like 5th grade. My friend Danny was like, my parents are getting me E.T. It came out that day. We were so excited. We went to his house. We played a stage, and we were like, "What the fuck is this? This is the worst." But
Okay, we're gonna
also,
sit down and listen to story time.
just like you were saying, like we were talking about the history of games, like that pretty much brought Atari down, and they had so many of those games that didn't sell. They buried them in what was it, the Nevada desert?
Was that real? That was real,
Yes,
right?
that was real.
Yeah.
They dug it up like not too long,
Yeah,
not too many
Angry
years
Video
ago.
Game Nerd did a whole big documentary on it.
Yes.
Like, there's a big documentary going to dig out like the games. There's actual like copies of the games in the desert.
Yes, yeah, and it wasn't in drums like they originally said, but they were just under the sand. Like there was just fucking Atari.
It'd be awesome to have one of those though, just in the collection or just like on the wall somewhere. Like I got this world's shittiest game that bankrupt the company, just hanging on my
This
wall.
was responsible. But Atari, dude, they after that they were never the same. They came out with that. What was that stupid computer? Oh my god, what was it? Oh, I can't even think of the
Commodore.
name.
Commodore.
Well, no,
is what
Commodore,
it said.
but that was when Commodore came out. Atari had a computer at the same time that supposedly played video games, and it was like the next thing, and it was just garbage. It was garbage. It was basically like the Sega Dreamcast of the Atari world.
Did it play CDs or floppy disk?
It played floppies. Everything was floppy back then, bro. It was all floppy back in the 80s. What
The 80s was so floppy.
Too much Coke and beaners.
It was floppy and had a bush.
Oh man, what was I gonna say though about the Atari? I don't know. I just don't know. Like, favorite Atari 2600 games. I was gonna say, I think it was Empire Strikes Back. It was like a side-scrolling shooting game. Like you were in the ship. You were in one of, I think, the X-wing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's probably my favorite.
Rob, you skipped the Super Nintendo, right? Like you never
Skip Super, yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
The Star Wars games on the Super Nintendo were amazing. Star Wars.
I was
Hard as balls, but fucking amazing.
I always want to play the Zelda on that.
Zelda's great, yeah. Link to the Past,
Yes,
great game.
Never got
A
around
lot of
to it.
great games. Like a lot of people consider Super Nintendo was like the peak of 2D of like the 16-bit, 32-bit or whatever it was. Like that was the peak of that.
Yeah,
like
16-bit.
Yes.
they had figured out the 16-bit graphics and they were just I don't know. There's some bad Super Nintendo games, but not as many bad Super Nintendo games as there are bad NES games.
But they
man, some NES games you go back and play, like you have fond memories for it. Like, what the fuck was I on as a kid?
Wow, I had nothing else going on in my life. Yeah, no. But they
And you're paying $70 or whatever the price was for that time, and you got that, and that's it.
The only thing was, though, throughout the life of the Super Nintendo, they still made NES games. NES games are still being made entirely through the SNES.
Nintendo, fucking fun fact here that I found out the other day, Nintendo is still making Wii games. And
Really?
I'm not even kidding
Really?
because I work in retail and I was looking in our electronics department and we have Dance Dance Revolution
That's
for the
the only
Wii
one.
2018.
That's the only one. They make those for all the old systems. Yeah, for some reason, those Dance Revolution games still come out for the old games. For the
Yeah,
old
like,
consoles.
what the
Dance
fuck?
Dance or Just Dance or whatever the hell that
Yeah,
was.
Just Dance or
Dance,
whatever
yup.
the dance games are.
That's
Yeah.
it, because I saw the same. Yep. They do. They make them for the PS3, the PS2, the Commodore 64, all those.
My kid likes those games. They're a fucking workout, man. As a heavy set man,
I've never
just
tried
freaking
them.
sweat at the end of a song. Like, fuck, I gotta do 4 more of these.
Yeah, we like to just sit back and be fat and not move too much.
I was thinking, though, just when you said that, like, DJ Hero, I remember my arm used to hurt. I used to play DJ Hero all the time. Like, I love that. I love the Guitar Hero. I love those fucking games.
Yeah, the rhythm games are very good. You should check out one for GameCube called Donkey Konga.
Ooh.
You have a pair of congas between your legs, and you beat the drums and play some like good old '90s tunes.
That's pretty cool. That's kind of like what Parappa the Rapper tried to do. With,
Oh, I love Parappa the
Kick
Rapper.
punch.
That's the only PS1
I love-
game
yeah, I
that
love
I
that too,
love.
yeah.
I absolutely love Parappa.
Kick punch, it's all in the minds.
Yes, I love that.
Yes.
They-
You're gonna-
I love in
You need
PlayStation
to
All
hear
Stars.
Driz do one of those.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on, Driz. What do you got?
Yeah, now fuck that dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't like competition or Driz.
Yeah, that's understandable.
He's a
Yo,
real.
he's fucking fictional. I don't fucking rap with fictional characters.
You sound like a real
He's
photog
just
over
on
there.
dictional.
He only likes them dictional. He only likes 3Ds. He likes all those 3Ds at least. If there's less Ds, he can't deal
Yeah,
with
no,
it.
I only do fucking 5Ds. Yeah.
I know. I saw that video. Guys, we had to wrap this up, but it's been a blast. It's been a blast from the past.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you letting us come on and
Yeah, thanks for
bullshit.
having us, man. It was a lot of fun.
I'm adding you guys to my list of video game podcasts I
It's a
listen
good one.
to. As
They
I'm
throw in
playing
like
it,
old like sounds and shit,
Definitely.
old video game sounds and stuff. You guys do a really good show.
Because I think right
A lot
now
of
I
that
just
old humor on there too, especially in a couple episodes coming up.
Ah,
awesome.
love it.
yeah, because I think the guys I listen to now, I listen to like Split Screen, I listen to a little bit of Retronauts, but you guys sound really cool, so
They
I think
are.
I'm gonna add that.
Where can
If
everybody find you guys?
ever want to come on our show, just you know who to talk to.
Yep,
Nice. How can everybody find you guys?
yep.
Go ahead, Toby.
We are on all the major podcasting platforms, iTunes, all that good stuff. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Secret Levels Pod, and we're also on Facebook, Secret Levels Podcast. And yeah, come chat video games with us. We're nerds. I've said it a couple times already.
I'm gonna need your Switch IDs too. I'll have to get in contact with you because I'm gonna lose to both of you in Smash.
I'm gonna need your credit card numbers and a bank account number because you guys are the heir of a prince of Zimbabwe. That I can get you the money. You just got to give me all this. A pint of blood. I need it all. I need it all, guys.
Yep.
But we'll
I do have to tell this story real quick before you guys go because I told Rob earlier. So Rob, you can go smoke your cigarette while I tell him real quick.
I'm done.
So I got Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna fucking play Smash competitively, and I practiced with Mario for like a week straight, nonstop. Every fucking minute I had, I practiced. I went online, and I just got owned by some fucking kid spamming Falcon Punch, and then teabagging whenever he knocked me off the stage.
That's about right.
All right, thanks, guys.
Love you guys.
Oh,
Merry
thanks for having us,
Christmas,
man. Have a good one.
Merry
Cheers.
Christmas.
Take care. They were cool.
Yes.